We're here at the ID Tech X. So who are you?
Hey, I'm Mally Preston. I'm with AT&T's Industrial Internet Solutions Group.
So AT&T is doing Internet of Things.
Absolutely. Not a lot of people think of AT&T initially about IoT, but we've actually been quietly behind the big movement of it for at least a decade.
A decade of IoT already, and what's the next decade going to be about? What's going to happen?
Well, the last decade is about machines connecting to another machine, kind of a one-to-one. And right now, present day is maybe one to several other things. I think in the future, it's many things talking to many things and doing that in a very coordinated fashion.
So how does it coordinate?
Coordinates really because there's an interconnection protocol that is going to allow the communications between these systems developed by an IoT standard. So AT&T is working on the committee with 70 other companies in the IoT space to develop a standard to allow all these different systems to intercommunicate and more intelligently automate their processes and react to one another automatically.
So that open collaboration standard?
Yes.
What's the name?
I honestly don't know the name of it.
Oh,
yet.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So what kind of problems are you trying to solve?
Yep. Today, for a lot of the large corporate customers that we deal with in the enterprise sector, let's say energy, healthcare, manufacturing, transportation, a number of those companies have assets across the globe dispersed, but they're in unconnected states, and they can't manage them remotely. And to build all that out is time-consuming, expensive, and complex. What we're trying to provide for most of these customers is educate them that there's a cloud-based infrastructure that they can easily connect these assets to and manage them remotely and reduce their operational service costs by tens of millions of dollars. So that's the real key core focus of what we're trying to do today for a lot of the industrial manufacturers and healthcare companies and energy companies.
So you have the network and you can use it more by doing smarter Internet of Things stuff with it.
So the connectivity is just one piece, and there is a special way you want to communicate over the internet. In fact, we privately route the data through our network and don't ever expose it to the internet, but use internet protocols by which to do that. But it's the other part of it is how do you get the data from this to the right place at the right time? And it's that data orchestration that it's the next level of complexity. And having the intelligence in the cloud and having some intelligent agents that run at the edge to get the right data up into the cloud, and then the cloud make rules-based decisions on where to send it into their customer's back end, deliver the information to somebody's handheld, but do that in a very easy way instead of a manufacturer spending 2 years, $4 to $5 million building out an infrastructure themselves. They can literally attach to an existing infrastructure that does it for them.
So here at the ID Tech X conference, what were you doing?
So here today, we were really speaking on a panel and educating the folks who are learning from an IoT perspective, what are these kind of capabilities? How can you, from a time to market, collapse getting a connected product or a product that was unconnected to actually deployable in a global context where you're going to deploy in 70 countries around the world. How can you do that? How can you manage that in a centralized fashion? And it's easy and it's cost effective to do so.
So what do you think about the ID Tech X conference?
This was a very good show, very diverse, a lot of aspects about IoT that even I didn't even realize were involved in IoT.